Hey guys, what is up? It is Sainty DJ and we are back, but we're doing something a little different here. We're showing you guys a tutorial on how to do unlimited Pacific Standard Heist finales. So that means no setups. Obviously for the first part you'll have to do a setup, but then after that no setups. And also if you guys want to stay for the rest of the video, we're going to be showing you easier ways that you complete it in under 10 minutes. So then you can do it multiple times and you can get as fast as possible. But if you guys are just looking for the part where the where you can actually start doing the unlimited heist, so like the glitch, a text will be popping up soon, or a heading telling you which point of the video to skip to, so you can just get straight into it and you don't have to listen through all this. So for those who are staying, we're going to be going through the tutorial on how to complete it in under 10 minutes, so the less time as possible. So before we start, we recommend that you're in a party. If you can get the whole team in a party and talking like with friends, that's probably the easiest way. So then you can go, oh, sorry guys, I stuffed up, I'll fix that up. But when you're talking alone, people don't know what's going on, so they think, oh, this guy's going to keep screwing up and like that. And if you want them to do something, you know, you can't talk them. So invite them all. But if you can't, then the minimal would have to be 2. If you can pull it off with no party at all, then that's great. But minimal 2, so one's on crowd control or something, and then you can talk and see what's going on and whatnot, and tell them how it's going. Okay. Now for this heist finale, there are 3 teams that you'll be splitting off to. 2 players will be crowd control. 1 player will be the demolition, and the last player will be the hacker. So all these are relevant in this. If one screws up, then it's going to end in it's going to end in disaster. So now, who gets paid? Who would get paid? Who would get paid? Okay, so the host. For this to work, the host has to have 0%, because you can put money on, but that money is just going to disappear because the host gets nothing, absolutely nothing, just more heist finales out of it. But the other players, they'll be getting the money. So that at the same time, the game recognizes him as he's left and the heist has been cancelled, so he gets to do the finale again. But the game also recognizes as the other 3 completing it, and they get paid and get RP for it. So it's a win-win. Well, actually not for the host, but it's a good situation, because then if you're doing it with friends, you can keep doing it over and over again, and you can take turns at getting who gets 70% or 80%, because the highest percentage you can get is 70, and then you can give the others 15 and 15. But yeah, okay, so straight into it, guys. When you're picking your cars, do not pick the Kuruma straight up, or else, because the cars are just to get to the bank, that's it. If you pick it straight up, pick your Kuruma straight up, then it's going to disappear and it won't actually be in the spot where you'd get it from. It would actually it wouldn't show up at all, so it would fail already. So that's that part done. You just have to drive to the bank and you're starting. Now you guys are in the bank right now. There's 2 guards left and right. What's the best way to kill these guys? Do not shoot them. Go up to them and melee them from the back. If you do for some reason shoot, 2 things can happen. 1, you completely fail, or like many people, or you would shoot them, and as they're falling, the gun doesn't trigger on them, it triggers straight, and you could accidentally shoot a hostage. I've done this before, and I'm not sure what happens, but I'm sure something bad happens. But anyway, so now the order of the team. So obviously crowd control gets straight into it, so they have to control the crowd. So doing this, shoot bullets at objects, shoot it near the citizens, and then while doing this, demolition, you guys, the demolition is going to go in, blow up the first gate, so he puts a charge on, just waits for it to pop open. So you'll see the intimidation on the crowd control. You just need to make sure that you're intimidating them. Once the first gate is blown open, 2 guards will pop up from the top, so just watch out for that. Now, the second crowd control, he has to go and point the guns at the tellers. Now, the only reason I would think crowd control can stuff this up is if they go together. So what I mean is they have to, the game wants them to be in 2 separate rooms. So one room would be, you know, with the tellers, and he's going to be pointing the gun, and the other will be on the citizens. But if they go in the same room, then one room will have, then the intimidation will go down really fast, and they'll pull the alarm. If they do pull the alarm, it doesn't fail you the mission, but I'll tell you what it actually does. It later in the game, it's going to be some pretty big consequences, and you don't want to deal with it. If the alarm goes off, just start again, really. You do not want to pull that alarm. Okay, so you guys, and just shoot near them, shoot near the hostages, right next to them, shoot at the wall, shoot at objects, do whatever to scare them, okay? So now, as doing this, the demolition has to blow through the second gate, and once he's blown through, a great technique here, there's going to be guards downstairs. So what we would want you to do is, if you have a grenade launcher in handy, you want to try and shoot it on an angle so it goes down and blows up the 2 guards. That's an easier way than going downstairs and having to shoot them, because you could lose health that way. So yeah, so once you kill those, it's up to the hacker. So the hacker goes up to the panel on the wall to open the safe. So when he opens the safe, I'll tell you how the hack goes. The hack is, you have like you'll have letters coming down, and there'd be a red letter. You want to press A when it matches up with that slot, and you want to keep doing that all the way through. Now, do not rush. This is where people stuff up. They start rushing it. If you misplace one, then you have to restart the whole process again. What I mean the whole process, I mean you just have to put in, start the letters again, and it'll spell out. It's always something different. It's like, I remember one time being unlocked and backdoor. So once you've done that, the vault should open, and then demolition has to blow the 3rd gate up. Now, doing this, you just have to blow it up. Now, the hacker, that was probably the easiest in the Felicia. It's easy, a lot easier than Felicia Bank. But okay, so we're in. Now, only one person, either the demolition or the hacker, has to get the money. If it's 2, it gets really annoying. One person gets all the money, so you can either choose who gets it. That's why 2 people in the one session will be good. So in the one party talking to each other, so one gets the money, one's the other guy who goes out and you know, blows up all the police cars and that. So as he's collecting, 2 guards will come back up from the top floor, so watch out for that crowd control. Then after that, you collect the money, and then you head straight out. A guard will pop out, but you don't have to worry. The game will let you exit the bank without killing him, so you guys just all have to meet there. Now, the next part is the police will come. So this is what happens when you trigger the alarm. So normally you would have like a few police cars. Now you get, I think, a few more police cars, but this time SWAT comes in, so they have those armored cars, which can be really annoying, especially for the person that goes out and has to RPG everyone. So yeah, that is a problem. That's one of the consequences. A lot of people say, oh, it's just a few extra cars. Yeah, it gets really annoying, especially along the way. If when you're driving, SWAT will also come after you, and then they'll start, you know, you'll lose money quickly. So now, the guy with the RPG, so we would recommend a person over level 100 who has an RPG to go out. The person who has enough, you know, damage, well, person who has the most health, the most experience. So in this case it was Mark, so he blew up all the cars and that. So that was good. And then so as he blows it all up, all the players, the rest of the 3, you guys have to duck out. So what I mean by this is that you have to exit the bank and you have to hop back in, because it will open a checkpoint. So the game tells you that, you know, you've opened a checkpoint. If you don't do it, the game will fail you for not exiting the bank. So that's why you have to exit, and then you can pop back in, because then it doesn't matter. Now, we won't be showing you in person who goes through the points, goes through the getaway points and that, because obviously we never really got any footage, and we're not going to steal footage from other people online. So, well, we might. So he goes through the points. Now, while you're waiting, we do recommend that the person who's got the cash stay inside the bank the entire time, unless when you're ducking out. Because what will occasionally happen, which gets really, really annoying, is when people get bored and impatient and they exit the building and a helicopter happens to go past and takes one shot, and you've lost $6,000 or even 7K from your actual take. So that is a big problem. So just wait. So usually doing this method will not complete the criminal mastermind. If you guys are looking for this actually has you killing yourself, I guess. So you would quick restart, really. So what's going to happen is Mark in this case, he's going to blow up all the cars, get to the bikes, hop on a bike, which will open the checkpoint, and then after that he'll commit suicide. And then since he's opened the checkpoint, it will all spawn us at the bikes. Okay, so we're up to that point. Okay, and then from there, what's going to happen is we spawn in, the players have to blow up the bikes, and then the host or whoever's got, you guys have to buy this apartment. So that might pop up on the screen if I'm not lazy, but if it doesn't, then you'll have to buy the closest apartment to that, and you have to have the Kuruma obviously unlocked. So once you got that, the host will see, it's just like entering a normal building. You'll see like a bluish light glow. You walk into it and you'll enter your building. There will be a bit of delay, but it'll always work. Enter your garage, get the Kuruma. While he's getting the Kuruma, the rest of you, whoever's got the money, climb up this stairway and camp down, because there will be occasionally cops coming. I would recommend that the person with the money on top, so if any cops do come up, then the other two people will hopefully protect them. So now got that covered. The Kuruma comes in. We first wait for everyone to first enter the Kuruma, and then the guy with the cash comes down and he enters the close part. A lot of people have done it where they enter the close part themselves, the closest, what I mean, like the side doors, and then the person collecting money has to run around the Kuruma to get inside. So that opens up more chance of the cops are getting it. Now, as soon as you get in the Kuruma, hold A on Xbox so you can duck down. I think it might be X on PlayStation, I'm not too sure, but hold A on Xbox, so that will duck, so it gives the police a very unlikely chance of shooting you and losing cash. Now, if you do lose money, then it's just the police had a very, very lucky shot, and it's only like 6K, so you can keep continuing unless you don't want to. I don't know why you wouldn't. So the 6K, yep, okay. So now you're on the high, you're in. Now we want you to follow our route, okay? So we'll do like a speed. Follow this route completely. This is the easiest route where you'll find less cops, and it's the fastest. So you're going to be going through the highway, up the train tracks, through the tunnel, up this mountain to get to the tunnel, and then from there, you know, it's the pathway. So another thing is that a lot of people think that the Insurgent, in the Insurgent's a lot tougher because of its rockets. I mean, it can deal more rocket damage than the Kuruma, but sadly the bulletproof of the car isn't very great, so you're going to be getting shot a lot with the Insurgent. So yeah, so follow this, follow our trail through, and then yeah, and then you should get to the point where you're about to jump off. So once you get to the point where you're going to jump off and parachute, do not jump off. This is why you need people in the party, because usually some people like to actually just jump off the building, jump off the cliff in their car and like land it. Some people, since it says parachute, they'll jump out and parachute. That's why you got to tell people, no, don't parachute, don't leave the car. But the problem is, a lot of the times a kuruma will explode, or you'll go too far and land in a lake. So what we recommend is that you go through our route, go slowly down the mountain in this little pass, and then hold the brakes all the time, so you're not speeding off or anything. And this is a lot easier route, also, so you know, you don't damage your car much and you don't risk losing anyone. If you guys have skipped ahead to the video, welcome back. Now, this is why the two people need to be in the party. One person is going to be the host, and he'll be quitting the game. So once you have to stay as close to that wall thing under the bridge as possible, without crashing, and you want to be full speed straight ahead at that marker. If you don't, then and you start zigzagging, then that opens a big problem. That because what's going to happen is the host will leave, so he has to count to 3 as you pass the bridge. 1, 2, 3. Then he has to leave, and then what will happen is that the boat will still go, and the game will recognize him as he left, but the boat will be still going, and the boat will head over the marker, and then it'll activate as you finish the job, and then 3 people get their money. Easy, right? But this is where it stuffs up really, really bad. What happens is people start zigzagging, or they slightly turn to the left or right. You have to be completely straight, or this could end really badly. The host will leave, and then since the boat stops completely and it hasn't reached the checkpoint yet, it will say that it's the player has left, and you guys will fail the heist. So that is a really big problem, going through all that and then just ending on that note. Now, if you do this properly, you guys will be getting you'll see Lester, so you can't skip that part, so you'll have to go through that. But then afterwards, when the scenic view is, so where the 4 players stand up and then they look upon the city and they're patting each other, to know if this worked, is that the person who left, he will be replaced on the far right, so that's the host, by a woman of some sort. Blondie, not the character, so that's how the game replaces it. If you do, and that's how you know that you've completed it, and that is how you do unlimited heist. So you can keep doing that. Obviously the host won't be getting paid, but you can take turns at doing it. So I hope you guys did enjoy this video. If you guys do want to see more of GTA, because that's a game that I'm really into right now, then leave a like down below and comment, you know, and tell me that you want to see more, because I can definitely do more GTA. I have a lot of fun. I've got my own warehouse, and we do little muck arounds and little trolling people. But yeah, so if you got, and yeah, that's really it, guys. But I'll see you all guys in my next video, mine. Peace out and take care.